Let's go ahead and do a few more edits so you get an idea of what else you can do in Cascade. We're going to start off by creating some mail links. So mail links are useful in the event that you want to showcase or highlight a particular email address that you want users to contact or to use as a contact reference. So go ahead and click on the edit to go back to editing the page, scroll down to the content body, and then after hitting 06, hit the return key and type in the following sentence. Then hit the return key again and type in the following sentence with the email address. And when you click on the return key after you type in the email address, you will notice that it automatically creates that hyperlink. If you go ahead and click on the insert edit link on that hyperlink, you will notice that on the link source, the email address has a prefix of mail to : So that means that it is correct. So let's go ahead and do the same thing for the first sentence. Highlight IT help desk, click on the insert edit link, and for a link type, go ahead and click on external. And for link source, go ahead and remove that prefix there and type in the email version, mail to : and type in the email address. And for target window, we don't really need to change anything because what this does is it automatically opens up your default email application on your desktop. So go ahead and click on the OK button. So let's go ahead and submit the changes so we can see if it works out the way it should. And your links should now be showcased on your page. We're not going to click on them because they usually work, but you can always click on them, test it out if you'd like to see if it opens up your default email application on your desktop. We're now going to create two different types of links. We're going to create a common link and we're going to create an external link for navigation. This is usually helpful whenever it comes to highlighting a page on your welcome page or any particular page that you would like to highlight on the right sidebar. Normally this is applicable whenever you can't showcase that particular page on one of these pages because they're either found on a different folder or on a different directory, such as a different department's directory. So we're going to start with creating a common link first. So go ahead and click on the add content button at the top, click on training, and then click on create a common link. You will get this pop-up window here. For display name, type in IT help desk, and you can type in a description if you'd like, but you don't have to. On the option it says, is this a link to an external site? Keep the option selected as no. And for link settings, remember that we always have to put that S on there. And then go ahead and type in the following link after the prefix. Then go ahead and submit these changes so we can go ahead and create the other link. So again, click on the add content button at the very top. Click on training and then select create an external link for navigation. For display name, let's go ahead and type in the following title. And then for the option, is this a link to an external site? Type in yes. And for link settings, go ahead and make sure you type that S after the HTTP. And then let's go ahead and type in the following link. And then you can go ahead and submit these changes. Like I said, this is useful in the event that you don't have access to a particular page that you would like to highlight within your page or your department. So this is a workaround to creating these links. Now let's add a table to this page. Go ahead and click on the edit option to edit our page. And then scroll down to the content body. And then on the new paragraph, go ahead and click on the table submenu. And then hover over the table and you will notice you get those little cells on the right hand side. And depending on how many squares you select, that's what your table is going to look like. There's a few other options, but we're only going to focus on the table. So go ahead and click on the 3x3, which will create you a 3x3 table. On the new pop-up, you might need to cycle through each cell using the arrow keys on your keyboard. For now, hover over the very top left and type in the following information if you'd like. Or you can type in your own information. For mine, I'll simply type in heading 01, heading 02, and heading 03. And I'm just going to fill in the rest of these cells with some other information. Feel free to type in anything of your choice. Now let's see what the cell looks like. So activate the show edit preview so you can get a preview of your edits on the right hand side. And if you notice, this is what our table looks like. But if we wanted to add some borders or a different style to it, the only way to do that is by clicking on the format submenu again, hovering over formats, clicking on customs, and select table border. And then if you look at your preview on the right, you'll notice that it changes and it adds that border. So now let's go over a different type of style you have available to you when it comes to styling your table. Go ahead and click on the Format submenu and then hover over Formats again, and then hover over Customs and select the option that says Table Striped. You will notice then on your preview window that your table style changes. So these are the only types of styles available to you when it comes to styling your table. Feel free to choose any of these when it comes to styling. Other styles you could use on your table are those such as bold and italics. For example, if we go ahead and highlight all the headings and we click on the bold icon, it's going to change the very top row into bold. That's a way to differentiate between your headings and your text. So now let's go ahead and insert a video. So scroll to the very top of your content body and add a new paragraph. On the new paragraph, go ahead and click on the Insert Edit Media link that looks like a little clip. If you remember, on Microsoft Word, there's a similar icon. So the same thing applies here in Cascade. You will then get this pop-up here. So there are 3 different options here: General, Embed, and Advanced. The only one that you're going to be focusing on is the Embed tab. So go ahead and click on Embed. And then what we're going to do next is locate our video. So open up a new tab. And on the new tab, go ahead and type in YouTube Valdosta State University. So that way we can search for the Valdosta State University YouTube page. On the search results, go ahead and click on the very first thing that you see, which should be Valdosta State University YouTube page. Once your page loads, go ahead and click on the Videos tab, and then go ahead and click on any video of your choice. I'm just going to go ahead and select this one right here. If your video starts playing, go ahead and pause it. So what we're going to search for is the Share tab. If you notice at the very bottom, there's an icon that has an arrow that points to the right with the word Share written beside it. Go ahead and click on that button. You will then get this pop-up window here. So the option that you need to select is the one titled Embed, which is the very first option that has 2 brackets. So go ahead and click on that first option, and then you get this pop-up window here. So the only thing you need to do is click on the Copy button on the bottom right. So go ahead and click on that button. The information is now copied to the clipboard. So now let's go back to Cascade and simply right-click and paste on the empty box. Your embed code should now be pasted on there. Then go ahead and click on the OK button, and then you should see a preview of your video. You will also notice that on the preview window, you will see your video also show up above your image. So let's go ahead and submit these changes. So go ahead and click on the 3 dots at the very top and go ahead and uncheck that workflow again and click on Check Content and Submit. And finally, click on the check mark on the top right. If you can't click on the check mark, go ahead and click on the arrows that point to the right till you get to the last option. And then you should be able to click on that check mark. The changes we've made should be submitted, and now you should have a video. And that is how you insert tables and videos on your page.